Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel all about BI. In the last video we discussed how do we make use of a single data flow activity to copy files from one folder to another by appending the file name in each row. That is what we said, but in that video we left it in at some place like the file names were not intact, okay, like how it was in the input folder. While we copied, the file name got changed automatically, okay, because we chose the default option for saving the file. That's why we saw a guide name in the file name. So how do we handle or how do we maintain the file name as such? Okay, that is what I'm going to show in this video. But for that, right, we need to import schema. Okay, so I go to my source data set and then I'm trying to import schema. I say import the schema from the files which are of type CSV. Okay, since all my CSV types files are of same schema, I don't have to worry about which file it picks the schema from. Okay, so it says column 1, column 2 and column 3. Coming back to data flow, it says totally 4 column. Okay, and I go to derived column. Here what I can do is I can rename this like this so that my file name will bring me the name of the file without the folder path. Okay, and file with folder name, this column will still have my complete path. Okay, why we need to have this is I'll show you while I execute it. Okay, this is the column that we mentioned in the source. In source, under source options, I say file name with folder, so it would have brought me input slash file name test.out. Okay, so we are going to retain this in data flow or derived column transformation. So I give a alias name to the derived expression so that I have complete folder path in this column and only file name in this column. Okay, and then I add one more column here. Okay, and then I'm replacing this file name with folder, and I'll say I'll have to replace input by output. Okay, in this whatever is there, I will have value like this, right? From input I have test.out, and then from input I have test.out.csv. This is also CSV. Like this I'll have. So whenever I see input, I have to replace it with output. Okay, because I want to save the files in the output folder. So for that, what I'm doing, I'm just replacing input with output. Okay, I'm sorry. Alright, so if I refresh and see, it will be more understandable. If we do not import schema, then it will be difficult for us to copy all the columns from source to sink. That is why we have to import schema. Okay, if you see here, all the input are replaced by output. Okay, what else we have to do here? We have to use same sync, but under settings I have to use name. One second, let me delete this. Name file as column data. This option is what we have to use. In the previous video, it would have been default. Okay, we should not use default because it will give default name to the files being copied. In our case, we have to use name file as column data, and then we have to choose file name with folder, because this is where we have stored the complete folder path along with the file name. Okay, so I have to use this, and then I'll just make sure I have selected first name as column name, first row as header, first record as header. Okay, that's it. So I'm not changing anything else. So from the previous video, the difference is we imported schema and then we replaced the input folder with the output folder because we have to store the files in the output folder. Okay, in the sync, we under settings we chose name file as column data and chose this option. Okay, that's all we did. I'll just run this pipeline and show you how it is copying files from input to output with the same name while adding the file name at the end of the row, end of each row. If file name is not important, you don't have to import schema, you don't have to do all this. If file name is important, then you have to do this. Okay, hope I made it clear. In case you have any confusion between previous video and this video, I request you to let me know in the comment section. Let me refresh. See here, it has copied 2 files, and if I open this file, column 1, column 2, column 3 along with file name, and then along with the other file name. Okay, this is how it copies. Now it has retained the file name as well. So this is how it works in the parallel fashion. There is no need for any looping mechanism because a data flow itself is capable of spanning multiple files at the same time. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you. So understand the difference. If the file name is important, in the sync you have to use name file as column data and prepare the column file name in the derived column transformation. If the file name is not important, just go with default option and no need of importing any schema. Okay, hope I made it clear. Thanks a lot for watching. Keep supporting.